Hello and welcome to this mid-morning taste challenge. I have two American rye whiskeys, but they're both made in Indiana for some other people. Okay, they're made by one company in Indiana for some other companies. This is George Dickel Rye. Now, the company was established in 1870, and they may have been making a rye whiskey all along as a companion with their bourbon whiskey. So I never could find out when this hit the market. But like I said, it might have been around since they've been making rye whiskey. They might have been doing it all along. And now it's contract produced. But on the other hand, it might have always been made by Seagram's Distillery in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. And then when Seagram's Distillery got bought by a new company, they might have kept the contract. So it says produced in Indiana. It's charcoal mellowed. That means it's dripped through charcoal, and then they filter it a second time by chill filtering it. Okay, and they brag about that on the side. And they talk about George Dickel, who pioneered chill filtering, and it's 90 proof. And the mash bill is given on the website. This is the older label, by the way. They updated the label recently with a deeper green, which you may or may not like. I mean, I think it's all right. The old label was fine. This current label was fine, I thought. But anyway, 90 proof, 95% rye whiskey and 5% malted barley whiskey. Okay, so that's the mash bill. 95% rye and 5% malted barley. Bottled in Tennessee at the Dickel Distillery by Diageo. Now you can get a decent price on this. You can get this for like $23. True story, but I found this bottle for $12.50. I'm making that up. $12.50 at Walmart. They were getting rid of it. They don't sell it anymore. They were trying to close Dickel out. I don't know why they didn't want to sell Dickel. And I said $12.50. They had this and the Superior 12, both of them for $12.50 each. I said $25 for two full-size bottle of a well-known whiskey. Yeah, I'm on that. Now this, my friend David got for $18. The normal price $32 to $34. $32 to $34. But he got it for $18 on a discount, and he gave it to me for a Christmas gift. So that was a smart way to do it. Give somebody a nice Christmas gift, but you get it for nearly 50% off. It's embossed, nice looking bottle. This is the new bottle design from about a year ago. You'll still find the old bottle design on the shelf, though. This is their introductory level. They also make a 6-year age, a 10-year age. Then there's various bourbons that they have made for them. So they have a pretty big offering on their portfolio. All right, they both have these rubberized caps. Rubberized stoppers. Wooden cap with a rubberized neoprene. That's what they use at the bottom of tennis shoe soles. Neoprene stopper. Some people say it's better than cork. I don't know the science. So sometimes people ask me scientific questions, and I say, look, I'm not a scientist. I really don't know. Heard about it in high school, whatever. But if I don't know, I'll just tell you. I don't know if neoprene is better than rye. I just said I've heard other people saying it is. This is a golden color, more gold than copper, really. It's pretty light. So one is bottled in Tennessee, one is bottled in Iowa, but they're both made in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. And one is 80 proof and one is 90 proof. And that's easy to do. You just add tap water to bring it down to the proof you want it. They told me that at the Barton 1792 distillery. She said they're all barrel proof. Everything they make is barrel proof because it's in a barrel. It's high proof. But then they take it and they bring it down with water to the level that they want it. And there you go. mean, you could do that with beer. Take a regular beer and add water to it and make it lighter and then share it with somebody. But kind of silly to do that. You could just buy the light beer pre-watered down, pre-diluted. They're both very similar in appearance. That more yellow, more golden and yellow than copper. I guess you could say they're amber. Herbie from India says hi. Hello to you. All right. I should be able to tell them apart by virtue of the proof. 90 proof should show up over 80. Aging, I don't know. I know the Templeton is aged 4 years because the name of the product is Templeton Rye, aged 4 years. Dickel has no age statement, so we know it's at least 4 years old because any whiskey without an age statement must be a minimum of 4 years old. Now, neither one is labeled as straight rye. You say, well, that's strange. They're both at least 4 years old, and they're both aged in new charred oak barrels. It couldn't even be called rye whiskey if it wasn't aged in new charred oak. Now, what if you aged it in a used barrel? Yeah, you could sell it. You just have to call it American High Rye Whiskey. That's what you have to call it, American High Rye Whiskey, and then there you go. You're selling it. But I don't know if anybody does that. They do it with Johnny Walker, which is not even 51% rye. It's just a high rye mash bill for the blended scotch. But anyway, you know, Workman says, I've had the Dickel before. It was spicy, but in a good way, like the Knob Creek Rye. It was too much. Okay, I've never had Knob Creek. I might have tasted it at a friend's house, but to sit down, say I sat down and tried it repeatedly, no. So I don't think yeah, we might have tried the Knob Creek Rye, but my memory is just that it was spicy, you know, like rye, you know. But these are very mild. But the point I was bringing up about the not being straight rye, you can add flavoring to rye whiskey and coloring if it's not labeled straight. Now, straight rye whiskey, you couldn't add flavoring. Well, I mean, you could sell it as straight rye whiskey with natural flavors, which would be, people would find confusing, and the customers might not want to buy it. But I don't know what would be the point of that. But if it just says rye whiskey and they leave it at that and don't say anything else, then there's a very good chance that they're adding natural flavoring. What is the flavoring? Oh, well, we'll never know. They're going to keep that a secret, believe me. But it's something. Is it harmful? No, it's natural flavoring. It's from like natural flavors are like extracts, like from oranges, lemons, bananas, cocoa beans, cacao, you know, chocolate beans. Could be oils, some kind of oil, you know, a resin or oil that you get in pecans and stuff like that. So that's all it is. Like, you know, why would that be dangerous? Okay, and the caramel coloring, you know, caramel is sugar browned in a pan. That's what caramel is, sugar browned in a pan. Now, like, that's dangerous? I don't think so. Somebody on the internet in 2014 was claiming that, then she never could back it up. So then she got lost on that. But some company got so intimidated, they changed their recipe. Newcastle Brown Ale went from adding caramel color to natural browning, natural brown color. But they should have just explained to the consumers why. That was a nutty argument. I got some Macallan 15-year good, but a little expensive. Yeah, I'd like to try it, but I just haven't made my way to Macallan. And now I got such a big log. I got such a backlog of single malts that I got so many single malts backlogged that it's going to be a long time before I buy another one. There's no point in buying more if I got some I never even opened yet. I don't just collect whiskey just to have it, you know, and say, oh, look at all I've got. Can you believe it? I don't do it for that reason. I'm not here to show off whiskey. I go to other people's house and they're like, look at all this. And it's very impressive, but I don't know what they want me to say. Like, because if I say something that's going to make them angry, I'll be like saying, why you got all this and you're not drinking it? You know, I mean, that's the kind of question I would ask, because I would not understand it. You say, well, you got all these comic books, thousands, yeah, over 6,000. But there's one difference. I've read every one of them. Every single one, I read it front to back. Now you say, oh, wow, reading comic books, you're really into literature. Yeah, I know, I get that, but I know it's lowbrow, although some of them are very well done. Some, not many, but some are very well done. But anyway, I read them. Okay, I read them. All these beer bottles, I drank all that. That's all drunk, except for the ones I never opened. I couldn't open the Michelob because it would tear the shroud and it would be ruined. But I like to use things. Like, I'm not really a collector. I only saved those bottles just to see how they would change over the years. I had a feeling, I was like, I bet they'll change the labels over the years. Sure enough, they did. Okay. But to say they're collectibles, no way. They were not stored properly. They were not opened properly. Burley Sullivan says, same to you, Burley. All right. And I don't save liquor bottles, except for a few odd ones like Katz and Bestoff vodka. I saved the K&B vodka because Katz and Bestoff got bought out in 1998, and I knew I would never see it again, so I saved it. Okay, and I never saw it again because it don't exist. Smell like rye, minty, spicy. Yeah, same thing, but less of it. See, same minty, spicy, a little caramel, but less of it. Oh, so I bet you that's the Templeton. Now, do they get darker because they're adding caramel coloring? I don't know if they're adding caramel coloring. I just know that they're allowed to, and they don't have to tell you that. Now, you could sit there and drive yourself nuts thinking about it, but it wouldn't really matter. I don't think they're required to tell you that with beer. I don't think in beer they're required to tell you if they add caramel coloring to make it look darker than it really is. They do tell you that on the Foster's Premium Ale, though. Go buy a can of, I've never seen bottles, but I've seen bottles on the internet, you know, photos, old photos. But go buy Foster's Premium Ale. It says right on the can, caramel coloring. Or it says ale with caramel coloring. Okay. So what would it look like without the caramel? It would look yellow instead of amber, And they don't want it to look like yellow fizzy stuff. They want it to look like amber fizzy stuff. Taste, cheers. Oh, that's got a vanilla flavor. I'm not joking about that. It's got the rye spice, the mintiness. Yeah, sure. Might have corn, you know. But I'm tasting vanilla. Yeah, vanilla. Well, that's weird. Kind of tasting it over here, but I'm tasting more rye over here, more rye minty spiciness. Now, I think rye whiskey is for like people that like menthol cigarettes or menthol cigars. You say menthol cigars. Like, yeah, I'll give you an example. Like something like this. Just happen to have these laying around, by the way. You never know if you need a prop for the video. But these things are made with menthol, mint, like real mint plants, or maybe mint extract, mint oil. So it gives you that kind of cooling sensation. and which some people like and some people don't like. But anyway, if you're into that, then you might like that. You say, oh yeah, Newports, Cools. See, although the U.S. government under this regime is, they wanted to outlaw menthol cigarettes because they said a certain ethnic group in America tended to smoke those more than other groups, or much more. And apparently they feel like those people don't have enough brains on their own to stop smoking menthol cigarettes. So they're going to outlaw it. So these people who they view as children, even though they might be 65 years old, can be taken care of. And from what I can tell, most of those people in that group who are being targeted don't realize that this regime is targeting their beloved menthol cigarettes. And if they knew that, the support for this regime would drop precipitously. They would say, what? I love menthol cigarettes. You know, I told somebody that yesterday. She's like, what? People will go, wow. She said, there'd be some mad people out there. I said, right, because in the land of the free, as they call it, you should be free to do what you want. But, you know, they don't, that's just slogan. They don't believe it. You know, they just say that to the minions. They say that and they believe it. You know, they'll be like, yeah, America, I love being told what to do. That's what freedom's about, being told what to do. And if you don't like it, you can get the hell out of here. But now that the election's approaching in November, they quietly dropped that for now. For now, you understand? If they can retain power, then they'll be like, yes, you're not going to smoke that, you children. Uncle Sugar is going to help you. Uncle Slugger is going to help control your life. You want to be like Russia? In Russia, you'll be told what to do. Over here, it's not like that. We just tell you what to do. It's different. Can't you see? Plus, their flag only has 3 stripes, and that's bland. And we have many stripes. And their alphabet is weird. See? And that's what it's about, really. When you get down to it, that's what counts. You say, oh, now it's libertarian hour, I guess. No, it isn't. All right. I can't find Foster's anywhere. It says Workman. Around my area here in Northeast Texas, guess I'll have to go to Louisiana to get some. Yeah, and if you go to Dornex, they still got the wine. The cans are the size of a wine bottle. Same size as a wine bottle. 750 milliliters. 25.4 ounces, and they're still $1.99. Still $1.99. No, I do not smoke cigarettes, Herbie. Never did appeal to me, you know, but some people love them. All right, now let's look at the screen share for your viewing delight. George Dickel, there's the new label. See the new labels, little, they don't have the drop shadow. Well, they do have it actually on the Dickel, but they got green. More like I don't know what it is, olive green, and this one is forest green. I'm not a colorologist, but I do play one on TV. Mash bill, 95% rye, 5% malted barley, fruit, clove, and cinnamon notes maintained upon first taste, and then with a long composed spiciness. You know, okay, I don't know about all that. Anyway, one mini just like even though it might have flavoring, they didn't care because it tastes good. And anyway, those tastes need to know. Those tastings are done in a oh yes, they really focus on chill filtering now. You see the new chill filtered, whereas the other label just put it on the side. Blind, when you do a tasting at these competitions, they're blind. The tastings are blind, so you don't know what brand you're tasting. Right? So now, but they might have rye and then straight rye, so I really don't know the answers to these difficult questions. There's a plant in the background. Rye whiskey is one of the only ryes finished in the chill charcoal mellowed style has made our whiskey distinct. The spicy but exceptionally smooth finish makes it a great choice in classic cocktails like the old-fashioned and Manhattan. All right. You know what? I don't taste any vitamins. I don't taste any Flintstone vitamins today, though. 4-year rye. Of course, they're going to say it's awesome because all is awesome according to the company that makes it. Charred New American. That's kind of like required. And in fact, it is required. Proudly made in the USA with thoughtfully sourced. Yeah. Sourced and imported grains. 80 proof, 40% alcohol. All right, all right. All those gold medals, baby, and a double gold 2 years ago. That means it was the best in its class. Okay, now the most important part. Can I tell them apart? Mm. Um, 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 um. Seems kind of mild, but it's kind of all right. Let's go over here. All right, I think this one has a little bit more punch to it, so I think it's the Dickel. But did the flavors vary? No, not really. Are they similar? Well, yeah, I just said they didn't vary. Are they both good? Yeah. Are they about the same price? No. The Templeton costs $10 more. It's $10 more, but it's not 10 cents better. And it's 10% alcohol less. That's 80 proof. This is 90 proof. Not that I'm a alcoholic and need higher proof. I don't. I'd be buying barrel proof if that was the case. So that's not even an issue. I'd be buying Everclear, which is really not that expensive. Oh, wait, I'd be buying diesel, which is even cheaper than Everclear, and it's still 190 proof. But never mind that. I just think the Dickel is a better value. And it's a little bit strange. They're both a little strange, but they're strange in a good way, honestly. They're not strange in a bad way. All right, so I'm going to give the win to Dickel because they don't really taste different one from another. It has a higher proof, which is meaningful to some people. And they're both aged at least 4 years. And it's $10 cheaper. So there you go. $8 to $10 cheaper. But it's probably more like $10 cheaper. About $10. I got it. Got it. So now I'm 3-0. 3 wins, 0 losses. This was the really tough one. This was the tough one because they're so similar. They're made by the same people. They might be using the same exact mash bill for all I know. They both could be 95% rye. It's just that Templeton doesn't tell you. But they could just add more tap water to it at the distillery and make it lighter. But man, this was tough. But I got it right, and I'm giving myself credit because I got it right. So I got 3 wins, no losses now. How's it going to shape up with Sazerac Rye introduced in 2010, which I think replaced 2 old Sazerac Rye whiskeys, like Old Superior Rye, and there was one called Sazerac. I don't know what it was called. It was like Sazerac Special Rye or something. Oh, I guess if you went rooting around in New Orleans at an estate sale, you might find those. But I don't think they made anymore. Although we're talking about Sazerac, so they put out a lot of products on the market that they don't acknowledge, and you'll just be on the shelf. So who knows? With those guys, they might be still putting out Old Superior Rye under an alias name just to keep the trademark going. So I wouldn't be totally shocked. But for all intents and purposes, they did replace that with Sazerac Rye in 2010, and it's aged around 6 years. And then they have that big Sazerac Rye, the really super long age one. But you can't really get it. It's made in theory. It's theoretically produced, but in reality, you'll never find it. But you can find Sazerac rye. I mean, easy, 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 easy. Like I said, in Louisiana, if you're paying $25 for Sazerac rye in Louisiana, you just know you're getting ripped off because it is nowhere near that price. It's nowhere near that price. So I think it's going to whip up on Templeton. I think that. I don't know that. Jim Beam Kentucky Rye, the new Jim Beam, not the old Jim Beam Rye, the 80 proof. This is the new 90 proof. It's a different mash bill, different proof, everything. I think they introduced it 9 years ago. But I never could pin down the date, but it's about 9 years ago. Let's say 2015. I know it was somewhere around that. Could have been as early as 14, but maybe nobody got it till 15. But that'll be a competition at Kentucky Rye, Kentucky Straight Rye now, no coloring, no flavoring. I got the Sazerac, Jim Beam. I'm not thinking of one. There's one I have in there I'm not thinking of. I have these Canadian rye whiskeys, the famous Alberta Premium, 100% rye. It's 100% rye. There's no other grains in it. All rye. Boy, been on the market since the 1880s. It's really one of the oldest. Oh, I forgot about Old Overhaul. Oh, I'd have been so ashamed. I got Old Overhaul. I got 3 versions of Old Overhaul. I got the 80 proof. I got the 80 proof 3 years. 86 proof. I got the 86 proof 3-year non-chill filtered. 3 Old Overhauls. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Oh, I feel shame. So that's got to go along with the Jim Beam because it's made by Jim Beam. James B. Beam Company bought out Old Overhaul, shut down the distillery and just left it. I don't know how you get away with that. How you could just leave a distillery and people could go inside and get hurt. I don't get, but that's their problem. I don't know. But I've seen videos where people were going inside there trespassing. But yeah, I got the Old Overhaul. Ooh, I'm glad I thought of that. Ooh. But I got the Alberta Premium Canadian Rye from Alberta, a province. Well, we call it a state. They call province. And then I got the fantastic, probably best rye whiskey I've got. I bet it is the best rye whiskey I've got. And no, I do not receive money from Crown Royal. If I did, you'd see a Crown Royal video every day. But it's called Crown Royal Northern Harvest Rye, 95% rye. Oh, that's a winner there. Ooh. And can't nobody find it. Nobody can find it, including me. But I found it. I found it when they had it, and I bought it. And oh, what a deal. Oh, what a deal. When I tell you the price, you'll think I'm lying. You'll be like, you lying. That's a lie. And it's not a lie. Although it seems unreal. Even now, when I'm sitting here talking about it, it seems like I can't believe I got it for that price. And it's a liter bottle. It's a liter bottle. Not kidding. Okay, last comments and we are out of here. Burley Sullivan says, Kevin Johnston says, Dickel Rye has to win this challenge. And it did, but not by much. I can find Foster's anywhere around my area here. Oh, I can't. Oh, I already read that comment. You smoke. No, I don't smoke cigarettes. I knew Dickel Rye would win. Hooray for Dickel. It's value time. It's value time. It's value time, says Kevin Johnston. Okay. It's nation time. It's nation time. It's nation time, as Jesse Jackson said in 1972. Poor Jesse Jackson. It would be great if you did another Vienna sausage review. I enjoy your food reviews. Well, they all taste the same. Some are a little spongier. See, that's the difference. It's the consistency. If you get the good Vienna sausage like Armour or Hormel, they'd be like so perfect. Then you get some of the little really cheap store brands, they'd be rubbery. It's like, what is this? But otherwise, the flavor is the same, you know. But that was Doc Holliday's drink of choice, I believe. What, Dickel? Or just rye whiskey? Rye whiskey in general. Okay, well, thanks, folks, for watching. It's been a very interesting taste challenge. And then I plan to come back Thursday with another rye taste challenge, another American rye. And then we'll move to Canada after that. Okay, thanks.